when you're ready, Tom.
How is your school assisting in the fight against climate change?
Simon, I think Cranbrook Junior School is doing quite a bit, and we've made steps in the right direction. But I wouldn't suggest that we have reached the destination. We've started some things in recent years which have made a difference. And for example, when I first came to the school almost 14 years ago now, we didn't recycle anything. So everything simply went into the same garbage, nothing was separated out. Changes have been made there in recent years because we as boys and teachers in the school wanted to make a difference in that way, because we wanted to take some responsibility. So we've started to recycle paper and cardboard, as you know, and also commingled Tetra Packs, aluminium cans and the like, and that's been a step in the right direction. We've had things like Nude Food Day, which has been an ongoing blitz to try and reduce the amount of packaging around food coming from home, so that will also reduce landfill, not to do necessarily with the school, but generated by children and teachers within the school. So that's been an important one as well. Boys are getting involved in these recycling efforts, taking the paper and cardboard up, and so not only is it the actual initiatives that are happening, it's awareness of those initiatives, which I think is important as well. When I came to the school, none of the water that falls upon the school was collected and harvested. Now it is. There's a huge tank underneath the Horden Oval that collects a lot of water there from rooftops, and there are various other tanks underground and some above the ground in other locations in the school. So water harvesting and reuse has been a new initiative. I think we could do more, however. We've made some forays into worm farming, which obviously helps by using vegetable matter and turning that into worm castings, which can be great fertiliser. But we don't do much of it. I think we could do more, maybe composting, that kind of stuff. I know in recent times in my own place, we've been doing a lot of recycling, and we hardly have any rubbish that goes in the landfill bins because the rest of it's recycled somehow. And I think we can do that more as a school too. But the new Dango project gives us an opportunity to do things that we haven't done yet.
So how will this affect the future generation of Australia?
What we're doing for the Dango project?
Or in general, the whole school?
I see. Yeah. Oscar, I think there are two key words that come to my mind when I think about environmental initiatives in schools or in society generally. One of them is awareness. We need to be aware of the impact that we have on the environment, and we need to be aware of what we can do about it, the positive steps that we can take to make a difference. So that's awareness. And the second one is responsibility. We can't just be leaving it to other people to look after the environment for us. We need to take action, each one of us. So I think if we build appropriate awareness in the school, that will have an effect beyond the school gates. It will certainly affect what happens at school, but I would like to see a bigger vision here where we can help change the world by developing you boys to be knowledgeable, caring citizens who go out there and make a difference because you know what's needed.
Do you know how any other schools are helping the environment in different ways that we are?
I've done a bit of investigation into this, son, and I think we're doing pretty well. Something that has embarrassed me a little bit is that I know that there are some schools that have policies about how much printing should be done and this kind of thing, because obviously the use of printing things from our computer activity and using the photocopier and so on is something that does damage the environment. And some schools have rules about how much printing to do, and a lot of workplaces are saying all paper must be printed on both sides, these sorts of things. We haven't done those things yet, so I think we can learn from what other schools and workplaces are doing, and I'd like us to do that. So I think there's still a way to go for us, and looking at other examples, like other schools, other workplaces, is helpful in that process.
So what do you think the outcome of all this hard work all this hard work will achieve?
I would like to think it will help achieve ultimately a planet that remains sustainable for a lot longer than the current projections would suggest. I would like I would like your grandchildren to inherit a world that is greener than it is now, and more sustainable than it is now. So that's the big picture, and I think that if schools and societies all over the world are building into their people the type of awareness and responsibility that I'm talking about, I think that's achievable.
And at the new Dangar project that we've been hearing about, how will that influence Australians on the climate now? And
the Dangar project provides an opportunity for us, the sort of opportunity that you get once every 50 years or so in a school. And so we've been blessed with an opportunity here. That's the way I see it. Even though we have instituted a number of environmentally responsible initiatives in the school now, up until this point, the new development helps us to do more than we've been able to do here, because some things are really hard to retrofit, if you know what I mean. And we get the opportunity here to fit things from the beginning and to enter into the whole project with the mindset that says, let's make this school an environmentally responsible place, and let's make sure that all the initiatives that we make in this new school are clearly visible to the kids and are educational in themselves. And so not only are we building in those things, we're making them legible or visible to the children. So the sorts of things I mean, water collection, water harvesting. The water that's harvested now in this part of the school, you're only aware of because I'm telling you.
yeah.
You can't see the tanks below the ground, you can't see the water going there, you don't know how much water's there, you don't know how much we managed to harvest during that 2-week period of lots of rain. I wonder how much was harvested last night when we had all the rain here. We don't know. Hopefully, in the new Dangar project, that information, that data will be available to you, so you'll be able to see, keep track. How much rain did we harvest last night? How much did we harvest in the month of May? And so on. Let's graph those results. Let's see how much water we're saving by doing what we're doing. Water harvesting is one thing. On other hard surfaces in the school, we'll be making those surfaces porous. So where we can't actually harvest the water, we'll be making the hard surfaces porous. That means able for the water to go through, so that the water will return to the aquifer, the water table, and be part of the water cycle and not just go into the sea. Right? Because a lot of our water, even here now, when it falls on the roof or falls on the roads of the school, ends up going down the gutter and off into Rose Bay. And we don't get to use that water because it's mixed up with salt water. You see? And that's an issue that we can avoid. We want you to be able to see how much electricity we've used in a week. That'll be available for you to visually see on meters and so on. How much do we save if we don't use the air conditioning? We'll have things like motion detector lighting, so that when you leave the classroom or I leave my office, I don't need to think about turning the light off. because it will just turn off because I'm not there, you're not there. Those sorts of things are responsible things, and you walk into a room and it'll be dark, but when you walk in, the light will come on. That reminds you that we have that system in place, and that's saving electricity. So all of these sorts of things are very obvious to, or will be obvious to people there, the boys particularly. And I think, in answering your question, Oscar, it will build awareness in all the boys, and through that awareness, hopefully action will follow in the rest of their lives, and so the impact will go out like the ripple in the pond.
So, thank you for your time.
It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you.